Hello everyone, it's Mr. Kane. I hope you're all well and doing all right, enjoying the sun and also trying to work hard at home as well as you can. I'm not sure who's been setting if anyone's been setting your physics work for the last term, but I've been asked to do it for you guys for the rest of this term probably. When I last saw you, which seems like ages ago, we were doing some stuff about electricity, weren't we? And we're going to leave that for now because it's quite a hard one to do without doing any practicals and that kind of thing. So we're going to move on to the next unit, which is P3, and it's called the particle model. It's not too long, this one, so we should be able to do it over the next few weeks. And the way it's going to work for each lesson, there'll be a video like this. And that will be linked to you on Google Classroom, and then there'll be some kind of work that you need to do and you need to submit on Google Classroom as well. I'll talk through that in a minute. So today we are looking at something called density. So what density is, how it's measured, the equation for it as well, and you will need to have a calculator for today's lesson. You might want to note a few things down, and then you've got a few questions you need to answer at the end. So to start with, what is density? Density, here's your official scientific explanation. Density is the amount of mass in a certain volume. It tells us how tightly matter is packed together. So basically, if you've got something, let's say you've got a block of wood, the density of the wood is how much stuff is inside that block of wood. If you think about something like polystyrene, the stuff that's used to package things, that's really light. You can have a big block of it, but it doesn't weigh very much. It hasn't got much mass. If you compare it to a rock, the rock will feel much heavier even though it's the same size, and that's because it's got a much higher density, so there's more stuff inside it. So to calculate density, you need to know this equation. So the equation is density equals mass divided by volume. So our units for mass are, if I can write on the screen here, are kilograms, or they can be grams. And that's probably the main one that we'll be using. Sorry, I don't know why there's a random line there. The unit for volume will normally be centimetre cubed, like that. And the unit for density is a strange one. It is grams per centimetre cubed. That's a little 3 there. So grams per centimetre cubed. I don't know why these random lines are coming through. I'm sorry about that. You need to know this equation. So what we're going to do, we'll have a look at a couple of example questions and we'll see if we can work them out. So first question then, a student measures the mass of an 8 centimetre cube block of brown sugar to be 32 grams. What is the density of brown sugar? So remember, it is the mass divided by the volume. So here's the mass, it's 32 grams. The volume is 8 centimetres cubed. So it's going to be 32 divided by 8. Our answer is 4 grams per centimetre cubed. So all you need to do each time is look at which number is the mass, which number is the volume, just like all the equations that we've done so far this year. If we look at another question, a chef fills a 50 centimetre cubed container with 250 grams of cooking oil. What is the density of the oil? So here is our mass, 250 grams. We do that divided by 50, because it's 50 centimetres cubed, there's our volume. So 250 divided by 50 is going to give us 5 grams per centimetre cubed. Hopefully that's not too tricky. If we want to make it a bit trickier though, what we can do is make you rearrange the question. So the next one, a piece of cork has a mass of 24 grams and the density of 6 grams per centimetre cubed. What is the volume of the piece of cork? So to do that, we need to rearrange the equation. You're all really good at drawing triangles. For this one, the mass would be at the top, density and volume are at the bottom. So we want to work out the volume, so we cover up the V. So let's get rid of the V. Can I do that? Yeah, there it goes. So the mass divided by the density. Our mass was 24 grams. The density is 6 grams per centimetre cubed. So 24 divided by 6 would give us an answer of 4 centimetres cubed. So what I'd like you to do today for this lesson is have a go at practicing using these using this equation. To do that, what I would like you to do is have a look at the worksheet which I have put on Google Classroom, which is this one, and there's a few questions for you to answer. Here's your triangle. Sorry, it's come out a bit big. So mass, density and volume. So for each one, For question 1, you need to find out the density. Question 2, you need to find out the mass. Question 3, you need to find out the volume. And it gets a little bit trickier as you go on. I'd like you to see how many questions you can answer. At the very least, you should be able to do the first 3 and probably 4, 5 and 6 as well. Questions 7, 8 and 9 are a little bit more tricky. To answer these questions, I don't mind how you do it. If you want to print off the sheet and write it on the sheet, you can. If you just want to write out your answers, that's not a problem as well. You can either type them or you can write them out by hand. And what I'd like you to do is submit your work on Google Classroom. So if you go on Google Classroom on the assignment, you should be able to submit the work. Please, I'd rather you did that rather than email it to me. I'll probably say, can you put it on Google Classroom, because then I'll be able to see it all in one place. Then I'll mark it and I'll let you know how you did. If you've got any questions about it, then please just let me know. Just one bit for question 1F, the mass here, that unit should be in, what did I say, in grams for this one here. So that should be grams and not centimetre cubed. So good luck. If you've got any questions, put a comment on Google Classroom or just send me an email, and I look forward to seeing your work. Bye.